you're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Now on NBC Palm Springs, anti-immigration enforcement protests hit the Coachella Valley following the recent killing of a woman in Minnesota by an ICE agent. We have a full report ahead. Plus, artists from across the United States join the California Desert Plain art tradition. We have all those details coming up.
We're tracking strong winds and potential record-breaking heat. Your NBC Palm Springs starts now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. Several anti-immigration enforcement protests were held across the Coachella Valley this morning. The protests coming on the heels of the death of a Minnesota woman who was killed by an ICE agent last week. That's tonight's top story. Renee Good was killed by an immigration and customs enforcement officer during a federal operation in Minneapolis. Good's death sparked demonstrations across the country, including right here in the Coachella Valley. Our Caitlin Kelly was in Palm Springs this morning where the No ICE for Good rally took place on the front steps of the courthouse.
Chants filled the streets of downtown Palm Springs Sunday morning as demonstrators took part in the ICE Out for Good protest. The rally was one of 3 held across the Coachella Valley, with similar demonstrations taking place across the country. Among those addressing the crowd was Palm Springs Mayor Naomi Soto, who spoke out against federal immigration enforcement practices and the death of Renee Good.
We are here today to honor, to respect, to mourn the memory of Renee Nicole Good, a woman who showed up when her neighbors were targeted, a woman who showed up even when it was scary, and for that bravery, for that incredible moment, that split decision of bravery, she was murdered.
Demonstrators are now calling for accountability, policy changes, and for ICE to end enforcement actions they say put lives at risk. Organizers say their message is simple and one they plan to keep repeating.
People are angry that this is even happening in a country that we love. I think when we come together like this, we don't feel so isolated. We know we're not alone and that it verifies our reality. And so I think it empowers people to go out and get involved.
Caitlin Kelly, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, we thank Caitlin for that report. We're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above downtown Palm Springs. Not a busy Sunday evening out there, but the weather is absolutely beautiful. Kai Beach is in the Weather Center with your end of the weekend forecast.
Well, it's been a really warm and windy weekend, and temperatures will start to rise. Those high winds, those will start to die down over the next few days. Highs across the Coachella Valley today, we're looking at low to mid 70s. When it comes to that wind, we do have a wind warning across Southern California. That's going to be in effect until Monday afternoon, though it could be extended. When it comes to local winds, Whitewater seeing gusts nearly 30 miles an hour over the next few days. They'll start to taper down as they do. Temperatures start to rise. Peak heat today happened around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and pretty nice out there, pretty dry. When it comes to the air quality, we're looking at good conditions here on the valley floor, parts of the IE, OC, and LA. They're looking at moderate conditions. For tonight's evening stroll, go out there and enjoy 8 o'clock, low 60s by 10 o'clock, high 50s, and at midnight we're in the mid-50s. For tomorrow, gorgeous day in Palm Springs, 75 degrees. Temperatures start to heat up as we head into the midweek. You head to the coast, you're going to look at low 70s. For the surfers out there, little waves. We're talking 1 to 2 feet. Grab a longboard and cruise it. By Wednesday, we could see potential record-breaking heat across Southern California. We'll take a look at that 3-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Monday, 75 degrees, but take a look at Wednesday. We are in the low 80s, and those overnight lows stay pretty consistent in the mid 50s. We'll have a full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, we thank Kai for that weather report. And more local news. Artists from across the country are painting the desert in real time as part of California desert plein air traditions. From El Paseo to Ironwood Park and the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens, the public can watch this century-old art tradition come to life. Our contributor, Rylan Penta, has the details.
Along El Paseo and Palm Desert, art didn't just hang on gallery walls today. It came to life, one stroke at a time. This morning, artists lined the street as part of the Desert Plein Air Festival, a celebration of painting outdoors where inspiration comes directly from the surroundings. Hosted by the Desert Plein Air Association and sponsored by the City of Palm Desert, the festival runs January 8th through February 1st, bringing artists and the public together in real time.
I would say what makes it special is that you're out in the open air, and there's a great appeal for people to just explore, go wherever they want to. You can go in your own backyard, you can go up in the mountains, you can go into a city area like this, an urban area, and paint anywhere you like.
And what I've noticed in watching the public walk by, it's so interesting for me to see. They'll be walking like they're on their way to get breakfast or lunch or whatever, and they'll see an artist painting outdoors, and it's like they stop and their mouth drops open. Look at that.
And for those just passing by, the experience is immediate.
I just marvel at what they can do, and I just really love that they're here on El Paseo.
Artists worked in a range of styles from paint to pastels, each interpreting our built and natural spaces through their own lens.
I grew up here, so it's like kind of a new way of seeing my surroundings, as I get older. It's just like appreciating our natural world.
And I like to go on hikes to paint, and all I need is a small tray of pastel chalks and a pad of paper, so it's not much weight and not much volume to put in a backpack to go have what I need if I'm painting on a hike.
For more information on the Desert Plein Air Festival, visit NBCPalmSprings.com.
Are you looking for a great deal that also delivers a dose of local history? Cabot's Pueblo Museum in Desert Hot Springs offers an affordable way to step inside the story of the desert's past. Our Kai the Deal Guy has more on the life and legacy of the adventurer and the artist behind this breathtaking architecture.
It's a wonderful deal because what happens, you learn about a person who really loved the desert, who really was an advocate for indigenous people.
Built by hand at the base of the Desert Hot Springs foothills, long before the valley became a chic destination, Cabot's Pueblo Museum is a true local treasure and a great deal.
And if you can picture, there was nothing out here, nothing. So he really wanted to have a safe place to sleep and hide.
This one-of-a-kind museum showcases fascinating architecture and impressive DIY engineering.
I would describe Cabot's Pueblo Museum as a creative place.
Executive Director Irene says to understand this property, you must first know the man behind it. Cabot Yerxa, an adventurer, artist, and human rights advocate who built this pueblo from reclaimed materials while also uncovering the area's mineral waters.
And you have a sense of awe and what he used and what he did with what he had, his resources.
Now, visitors can experience this unique landmark at a deep discount.
We have guided tours during the week, and that is $16 per person, or self-guided tours that's all the week from Tuesday through Sunday, and it will be $13 per person.
So if you're looking to explore this piece of local history and rich culture at a great price, Cabot's Pueblo Museum delivers well above the price tag.
Across the state, Saturday was recognized as World Desert Day. The day shines a spotlight on deserts around the world and raises awareness about the vital role they play in our environment. World Desert Day was created and launched by the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens back in 2024. Organizers say the observance serves as a call to action, encouraging individuals, organizations, and communities worldwide to support desert conservation efforts.
And regardless of whether you can come celebrate with the Living Desert or you're celebrating at home, we want to raise awareness that deserts are an important and beautiful ecosystem full of vibrant animals and plants like Mojave Maxine here, and that play a critical role in everything that we have on our planet. So deserts are important to recognize, celebrate, and take efforts to help them on your own.
The Living Desert Zoo and Gardens held a number of interactive activities, including scavenger hunts, animal connections, plant sales, and educational trading card activities to celebrate the day. Looking for real estate tips with a side of fun? Property Perspectives by Sari has you covered. Our digital reporter Thalia Hayden is here to tell us about an informative new piece of content on our website.
We're here in downtown Palm Springs talking about Property Perspectives by Sari. We have Sari here to tell us all about it.
Hi, Thalia. How you doing?
I'm great. You?
I am great. And here we are not only downtown, but it's so nice not seeing you in the studio.
It is.
We are out and about because we go to different areas and we talk about all of the things everyone needs to know about real estate.
We can count on Sari to give us the information we need and a little comedic relief, right?
Absolutely. Instead of just standing there telling people about real estate, we put a little twist on it. We make it short and condensed, but informative. So that way we are in the digital age with everybody now.
I love it. And these videos are great. Take a look.
Alexa, turn on the lights. Smart lights, smart thermostat. Surely they boost value, right? Not necessarily. They are trendy, but they're not always value boosting. Smart tech can attract buyers, especially the younger ones. But unless it's built in or part of a luxury package, it's often seen as a perk, not a price changer. Smart homes are cool, but don't expect a big bump in value because Alexa lives there. Speaking of, Alexa, turn off those lights.
That was so funny. Sari, what other content can people expect?
Well, we cover everything from solar to even, is it good to rent? This is about real estate. We also talk about inspectors, title insurance, and redoing your house. Is it paying to get a contractor or do it yourself?
All right, so it's so simple. Just go to NBCPalmSprings.com, scroll through all her videos on the program's page, and there you have it for Property Perspectives by Sari. Thanks, Sari.
Thanks, Thalia. See you soon.
In news around the region, a federal judge on Friday temporarily blocked the Trump administration from freezing $10 billion in social services funding for 5 Democratic-led states. On Tuesday, the Department of Health and Human Services said it was pausing the funding in California, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, and New York because it had, quote, reason to believe the states were granting benefits to people in the country illegally. However, the agency did not provide any evidence of this. The states called the move unconstitutional, adding the funding freeze is creating operational chaos. While U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian did not rule on the legality of the funding freeze, he said the 5 states had met a legal threshold, quote, to protect the status quo, that is, for at least 14 days while arguments are made in court. Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, President Trump calls for a major change to credit card interest rates, proposing a 10% cap. What it could mean for your wallet coming up. Plus, Target is rolling out thousands of new wellness products, many priced under $10. What's new and when you can shop it coming up. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
From inmate to innovator, Kerwin Pittman spent over a decade behind bars, and now he owns a prison, but not to lock people up. He's transforming it into a campus that helps formerly incarcerated individuals rebuild their lives. Here's the story.
He once walked the halls of prison as an inmate, but now Kerwin Pittman owns his own jail, and he's planning on turning it into a place of freedom rather than confinement.
For me to be a beacon of light in somebody's life when they're in a dark place, I know how I feel. I remember when I was in that dark place of having a transition and not knowing what the possibility of my life would become. And so to help guide somebody to that next step is extremely important, and I'm grateful to be able to do it.
Pittman spent 11.5 years inside the system of a North Carolina correctional facility and is now planning to use that experience to help others. Through his nonprofit Recidivism Reduction Educational Program Services, or REPS, he purchased the former Wayne Correctional Prison and is working to transform it into a reentry housing and workforce campus, a place people can call home while they transition back into society.
I love to be able to love on people, and I love to give people an opportunity to have a better life.
Pittman says this is the first time a formerly incarcerated person in the U.S. has purchased a prison and led a nonprofit to repurpose it. A retired correctional officer who met Pittman while he was still incarcerated and worked in the system for 20 years says the new campus is game-changing for those looking for a fresh start.
What he's done here is he's bringing people formerly incarcerated in to where they don't have to go out to get services.
The campus will provide transitional residency, workforce development and job placement, educational opportunities, and multiple other programs for justice-involved and justice-impacted individuals.
In consumer news, President Trump says he wants to put a limit on credit card interest rates. In a Truth Social post Friday, the president said the American public is being, quote, ripped off and called for a one-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%. Trump wants the cap to take effect January 20th, marking the one-year anniversary of his return to the White House. The Post did not get into whether the cap would require voluntary participation from credit card companies or be enforced through government action. This is the president's third major social media announcement this week aimed at lowering costs for Americans. And Target wants its customers to feel good in this new year. The retailer is expanding its selection of wellness-related products with thousands of new items. The collection includes skincare, beauty, nutrition, food, beverages, weight management, and baby care products. Target's goal is to give you more options to improve your health and peace of mind at an affordable price with many items under $10. You can already find the new wellness collection in Target stores and online. Taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera in the east end of the valley. A lovely Sunday evening in the Coachella Valley. Your full forecast with Kai Beach is next.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning morning at 6 a.m. Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Not too many cars passing on this chilly Sunday evening. I had to step out to grab my lunch and I needed a jacket. It's definitely a cold one. Kai Beach is standing by with your full forecast.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Warm and windy conditions out there. Today's high, we saw 71 degrees. Normally it's 70 degrees, not near that record high, though, of 87 degrees. We will see potential record-breaking heat midweek coming up. For this weekend's forecast, we did see strong winds across Southern California, up to 70 miles per hour in some spots. Now, we do have a high wind warning that's going to be in effect until Monday afternoon. That could be extended, however. For the local winds, Whitewater seeing the strongest winds. We're seeing gusts nearly 30 miles an hour. Those do start to taper down as they do midweek. Temperatures start to rise. High pressure system on the way. For today's high temperatures, Big Bear City, a cool 46 degrees. Idlewild, that looks nice at 60. Here on the valley floor, we're looking at low to mid 70s. We go up the hill, Joshua Tree, 57 degrees. For tonight, Palm Springs, we're looking at 50 degrees. We head to the east side of the valley, Indio, low 40s. Up the hill, Joshua Tree, 34. And take a look at Big Bear City, below freezing. That is chilly, 18 degrees. Now, we do have some of the best weather in the country happening right here. We see a lot of out-of-state license plates on the roads. This is the weather people are leaving behind. Denver, the Mile High City, 56 degrees. Minneapolis, Minnesota, a cool, chilling 25 degrees. Boise, Idaho, 44. Our friends in Seattle, 51. In the Bay, we're looking at low 60s. In LA, we're looking at mid 70s. For tomorrow's morning walk forecast, grab a jacket. I went on an early morning bike ride this morning, and it was cold. 6 o'clock, 50 degrees. By 8 o'clock, mid 50s. 10 o'clock, mid 60s. And by noon, we are at 70 degrees. High temps for tomorrow. Temperatures start to rise. The high, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, we're looking at 76. Rancho Mirage, 77. The lows, Yucca, and in Idlewild, 62 degrees. For Tuesday, temperatures start to wrap up. Take a look at that, 80 degrees here. And by midweek, we could see potential record-breaking heat, 80s Wednesday through Sunday. Overnight lows pretty consistent in the mid to high 50s.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a plate. Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
And now, NBC Palm Springs Sports with Caitlin Kelly, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Welcome back. The Coachella Valley Firebirds hit the ice last night at Acrisure Arena to take on the Henderson Silver Knights in what was a little bit of a revenge match. Firebirds fell to the Silver Knights at home this past Wednesday, and things didn't exactly start the way they'd hoped at the beginning of yesterday's match. Firebirds went down early, 2-0 in the first period, but the team would come into the second period with new life. Goalie Nike Coco would leave the game with an injury, and Victor Osman would come in his stead. Birds then scored 3 straight goals in the second period, and that would be all she wrote. A gutsy 3-2 win for the Coachella Valley Firebirds. And don't forget, one of 4 nationals for the Carvana PPA Pickleball Tour kicks off tomorrow at Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage and runs through the weekend. Top pickleball players from around the world will hit the court, including world best Annalie Waters and Ben Johns. We'll have full coverage for you as the event kicks off, which you can find right here on NBC Palm Springs and NBCPalmSprings.com. But tickets are available to the event on PPAtour.com if you're interested in attending. That'll do it for sports. I'm Caitlin Kelly.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Some new movies challenged the reigning champ at the weekend box office. Did any of them do well enough to nab the crown? David Daniel has the early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters.
How many fragments do you think are up there?
More than I can count. It's crazy to think something so beautiful can be so deadly.
The apocalyptic sequel Greenland 2 Migration debuted in 5th place with $8.5 million.
Hops and Wild?
Wild and Hops. The dream team.
Zootopia 2 took 4th place with $10.1 million, giving it $379 million domestic and $1.65 billion globally. Disney Animation's highest-grossing movie ever.
I need this job. I can't lose it. I do not want to go back.
The Housemaid landed in 3rd place, earning $11.2 million.
There's something wrong with Ben.
The horror thriller Primate was the top new movie, grossing $11.3 million to debut in 2nd place.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is still strong. The 3rd film in the series topped the chart for a 4th straight weekend, earning $21.3 million for total grosses of $343 million domestic and nearly $1.25 billion worldwide. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything.
Sunday marks the anniversary of a U.S. landmark and popular tourist attraction. On January 11th, 1908, then-President Theodore Roosevelt declared the Grand Canyon in northwestern Arizona as a national monument. Roosevelt had made environmental conservation a major part of his presidency. Congress did not officially outlaw private development in the Grand Canyon until 1919, when President Woodrow Wilson signed the Grand Canyon National Park Act. Today, more than 5 million people visit the canyon each year. Whitewater rafting, hiking, and running are also popular activities. And before we go, I want to let those at home know that this is my last weekend anchoring here at NBC Palm Springs. I've truly loved my time at the desk, telling the stories of my hometown and this incredible community, the Coachella Valley. I've accepted a new opportunity in news at another station, and I am, of course, leaving on great terms with everyone here at the station. My last day reporting will be this Friday. Thank you to everyone at home for being a part of this journey in my career. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're back here at 11.